Which of the following is a directed broadcast IP address? The first IP is 192.168.55.0/28. Is this IP a directed broadcast IP? What is the definition for a directed broadcast IP? Well, it's one where the host bits are all ones. If the prefix is /28, this is covering the first two octets and 4 bits in the last octet. Now the entire last octet is 0. We have 8 zeros here. So the reality is all of the host ID bits are all zeros in this particular IP address. It doesn't really matter which bits are being covered and which bits are not. So this is definitely not a directed broadcast IP. It is actually a network ID because the host bits are all 0. The next two we have are 192.168.55.95/27 and 192.168.55.96/27. These were all derived through the same subnetting process because they both use the same prefix and they have the same base network ID. They were both derived from a subnetting process that subnetted 192.168.55. How do I know this? Well, these two IPs are class C. The original prefix was /24, which covered 192.168.55. So the original network ID was 192.168.55. I'll write the last octet here as X is. They decided to subnet it with a prefix of /27. /27 is covering the first 3 octets, which is 24 bits, 25, 26, 27. /27 took these first 3 bits for the network ID. These are therefore our subnet bits. What is the value of this bit? This is the subnet bit with the lowest value, and the value here is 32. So 32 is the increment value. What therefore were the network IDs? Well, the network IDs that they created were 192.168.55.0. This is with /27. This is where these 3 bits are all 0. I'll write out the rest here by just writing out the last octet. We're incrementing by 32. So the next one is .32.64. Let me scroll here. .96. I could continue and increment this further, .128, but I'll stop there because I don't have to. Scrolling back up, the numbers are 95 and 96. Where do 95 and 96 lie? Well, 95 is in between 64 and 96. And of course, 96 is this number here. So 96 is actually a network ID. If we went back 1, we get 95. That therefore means that 95 is a directed broadcast IP for the 64 network. Therefore, to summarize, 95 is a directed broadcast IP, 96 is a network ID. Let's look at the last IP address, 192.168.55.7/30. Again, they subnetted 192.168.55 using a prefix of /30. What is our increment value? /30 is covering the first three octets. That's 24 bits, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 30 took these 6 bits, and these became the subnet bits. The increment value is this column right here. What is that? 1, 2, 4. 4 is therefore the increment value. So our network IDs are 192.168.55.0.4.8.12. I'll stop right there. Where does .7 reside? .7 resides in between 4 and 8. Now let's look at .7 more carefully. 8 is a network ID. If we went back 1, what do we get? We get .7. .7 is therefore a directed broadcast IP address for the .4 network.